everybody. How are you? Good afternoon to you. Hope you're having a great day. I would like to say thanks to everybody that came out and joined me in the Tarot Live. And for those of you that happened to watch the House of Hannibal panel last night, I was there having a good time with all the people there. Hannibal, Goose Chuck, Inferno, Life and Vibe. There's so many great people. It was a wonderful time. And those of you that hung out for the sub countdown, it was a blast, just hanging and chilling and being petty. It was a busy, fun day for me, and I really, really enjoyed myself, although I was exhausted by the end. And when I went to bed, I was toast. So, what are we waking up to today? Well, here's the skinny. It would seem that Chantal is back up to 100K. She was at 101K this morning, but YouTube is not done adjusting the numbers because she lost 1K today. I don't know if that 1K pertained to subs that she bought or subs that came from the sub to sub thing, but her numbers just aren't staying consistent. She's not just staying at one number and that's it. You know, the numbers just keep fluctuating. And those of you that were in the sub countdown party yesterday with me, you saw those numbers go down, go down, go down until it reached 99,900, and then it just seemed to stop. Well, I did some investigating on that because I was wondering, why did the numbers stop? Well, sometimes when YouTube is suspicious of things going on, when they're investigating an account, what they will do is they would temporarily lock your account from receiving any more subscribers or losing any until they get a good look at you. So maybe that's what happened during the sub countdown. Like once it hit 99,900, it just got locked. And then it went up again overnight. And then it went back down again this morning. So it's been on a teeter-totter all day. So what I want to do today is I want to go over the rage stream that Chantal did. But she didn't do it alone. She did it not just with herself. She was basically reacting to a video that Yo Mama put together. And that's really interesting because Chantal's been on YouTube for what, 7, 8 years? And she should have more than enough material that she can come on by herself and react by herself with no problem. I mean, I would think somebody who's got a 100K channel would not be an amateur anymore and can react on their own. But she, on her own channel, was acting like a co-pilot rather than the pilot. So I watched part of the stream just out of curiosity to see what was being said. Many reactors got brought up, and she was basically agreeing with a lot of what Yo Mama was saying and interjecting her points and taking a couple of steps back from the picture. Here are my thoughts on it. Chantal has a habit of, she doesn't want to fight her battles alone. She likes to employ other people under her, turn people into mercenaries. And thank you for that term, Inferno. That is so correct. She likes to find soldiers to fight in her personal wars because she will not do the battles by herself. So it would seem that Missy Moo is back on the scene. Missy Moo was spotted in her Twitch stream. I myself, I've spotted Sofa King in her chat. And for those of you that remember, Sofa King was one of her OG mods. There was Sofa King, there was Plain Cheeseburger, there was Ashley Lamborghini. Those were like the 3 main mods for her for the longest. Sofa King is back. He's not using the name Sofa King, though. He's using the name Life by Ron. And I'm wondering if the other mods are hiding in her chat under different names now. So it seems like people from her past are coming back to aid her in whatever she's doing. And going back to my original point, sorry, I kind of strayed. When she did the stream with Yo Mama, watching the video, I just couldn't help but just think of this. She is kind of doing the deflection thing. Don't look over here, look over there. And by bringing Yo Mama into her rage, reaction. There's a lot of us, we don't want to talk about Yo Mama. You know, our content is Shantal. We want to stay focused on Shantal. So maybe by bringing Yo Mama into it in the way that she did, and putting him center stage, she's trying to get something started to where people talk about Yo Mama or mention Yo Mama, and maybe it's attention for his channel. It just feels like that she's including people on purpose into what she's doing as a way to take the focus off of her and just broaden the scope with what we talk about. Although, again, our content is Shantal. We want to keep it on Shantal. A lot of us, Yo Mama is not our content. So by reacting to her today, I would like to say that I'm not interested in Yo Mama. I'm not a fan of his. Anybody on my channel, if you like Yo Mama, feel free. You can go where you want. You can do what you want. You can like who you want. You can sub to who you want. It's not for me to tell you what to do. I'm just not a fan. But she's trying, in my opinion, to get something started where people indirectly talk about him at the same time talking about her, and it just leads to all kinds of inner battles. So before we get into her React stream, which was kind of pathetic, I would like to show you guys some stuff that I found on Twitter, if that's okay. So let me just go ahead and share the screen. One moment, please. I'm getting to my notes because I've been gathering stuff up on Twitter. All right, where are we? Oh, you know what? Before we get into that, how about we start here first on Social Blade? Because that's just a quick share. It won't take long. I do like my notes. I do like my context. Okay, so what are we looking at? For context, there's her page, Everyday Miriam, so you guys can see it's her. Ooh, that D- rating. That's just sad. Okay. All right. Let's look down here. 226, which was just 3 days ago, 300 new subs. And just yesterday, no, was it yesterday? No, 2 days ago. Sorry. 227.24, 1K subs. 1K. Then yesterday, she lost 1K. So she gained 1K and then she lost 1K. And isn't it something? Isn't it something? That while I was doing the stream, while I was showing the sub drop, remember what I said, y'all? There were several things going on while I was doing that stream. I did it on purpose. There was a purpose to it, not just to have fun and talk to you guys, which I had plenty of fun with, but I was being a biatch on purpose because I've been watching Shantal for years, and I know all of her dirty little habits. And Shantal in the past, whenever she loses subs, immediately she goes out and she buys more. But I knew that by doing a live stream showing her sub count going down, you know, if she dared to buy subs, she was going to get caught. So I stayed on stream as long as possible for 6+ hours, just to kind of block her from doing that. And if she did do that later, it was going to be expensive because the longer the time went on, the more she'd have to buy later. So yeah, and she was there. She was watching us. I showed you guys the clip where somebody told her about the sub drop stream on her live stream and she didn't act surprised. Why wasn't she surprised? Because she was watching. So yeah, I purposely kept the stream up on purpose. So if she dared to buy subs to replace the lost subs, she was going to get caught. And Shantal's sneaky. She don't want to get caught. So she's going to do it after the fact. But for 6 hours, I was up and she wasn't liking it. And you know what? We had a good time. We had a good time. I'm so happy that I did that with y'all. It was just a big old party. And yeah, she's back up to 100K. But for what? 100K is not going to translate to more views or more money or more engagement. There are smaller channels that are doing much better than Shantal. So it's not about the outside profile number. It's about how satisfied people are and how happy they are and how interested they are in your content. That's what matters most. I don't know if reaching 100K was like a personal life goal for Shantal, but if it was, now that she's accomplished it, now what? I mean, where do you go from here? It's such a shame that she can't take this same determination and put it in other areas of her life and get things done. She always uses that defiant, uh, determined side for all of the wrong things in her life, doesn't she? Yes, she does. Well, okay, so she got 1K and the very next day she lost it. So, you know what, Chantal? It looks like YouTube is looking at you. If this is going on, they are looking at you. So maybe it's not a good idea to buy subs, to just lie low for a while. I'm just saying. You've got YouTube looking at you. You've got the heat from Takad's community. I'd be lying low if I was you, but knowing you, you're not going to do that. So, okay, let's stop the screen and let's go over here to Twitter. Just a few Twitter notes of note. I've been gathering stuff up. Okay, I'm just making sure I am where I need to be. All right. So this is from Lilu. Lilu Witchy says, I mean, she can react just as much as reactors, but problem is she sucks at reacting. All she does is throw out terrible insults and says whatever. Yeah, and that's really surprising because she's been on YouTube for years. She watches all the live streams. She watches the reactors. She's lurking around the chat. And I've heard, courtesy of Hannibal, House of Hannibal, like through him, that she got caught. She got caught. She got caught being in Sam Tefler's chat. She got gifted a membership over there. Imagine that. Chantal hates Sam and Yava, and yet she got caught lurking in the chat with a gifted membership. So isn't that funny? I know people still give me crap for being an unhonorable beezer. Well, it seems like the same thing has happened to Chantal. And y'all take a look at this picture, courtesy of Shenanigans. So let's think back. Chantal did a community post a day ahead of time. And she said, tomorrow I'm going to rage. Tomorrow I'm going to go at the reactors. Everybody's going to get it. She geared everybody up. She prepared everybody. She said, I'm really going to put some steam in my engine and go after these people. And then she did the mukbang stream before that. And the moment she did that, I was thinking, how is your engine going to be full of steam if it's full of food? All that food is going to do is slow you down. It's going to take the energy away from you. You're not going to be able to go full throttle like that. You're going to be too stuffed to the gills. But she did the mukbang stream. Okay. And then the stream after that was the rage stream. But she didn't do it herself. She was acting like a co-pilot to Yo Mama. So what happened to, you're going to give it to us, Chantal? Why can't just you give it to us? Why can't you react to us? You've been watching us for years. You don't know how to react yet? You can't come up with anything intelligent to say? You can't just speak out of your own mouth? And by the way, ma'am, you're always yelling for the reactors to cam up. When you were reacting, why couldn't you cam up? Why did you leave your cam off? I'm just wondering. I'm just asking questions. But here you go. Here is the thumbnail. And Miss 100K channel, look how many people she had watching her, 193. And that's with a pre-prepared rage. It wasn't just put on everybody all of a sudden as a surprise. Like she literally let everybody know, I'm going to rage, be there. And only 193 people? Okay. Okay, this is something interesting from At Least I Can Carry You. So not only was there an increase in subs for her main channel, but it looks like the couples channel, which is essentially dead, looks like there's been some subs bought there too, because that number has gone up. Look, that number went up. Don't know why, makes no sense at all. why increase the sub number on a channel that nobody's really watching? You haven't made new videos in the longest there. Like, what is the point of buying subs for that channel? I would love to hear the logic on this one, Shantal. What is that all about? Was it for Salah? Was that the reason why you got to 100K in the first place? You were trying to keep him with you? I don't know. All right, this has to do with something in Chantal's past that she will not leave in the past, that she keeps bringing up, her supposed trauma, which I think is a bunch of bunk. And that's coming from an actual victim of DV and SA. That's why I'm flipping her the middle finger for being a fake victim. Pay attention. This is important for those who do not know. I'm sure a lot of you already do. Listen to what she says. Fondu Pondu says, a bit louder for those seated in the back. F this B, making it harder for DV SA victims to have a credible voice in the courts. People like her make it hard. Yeah, listen.
Apologize for going to the police station and like just doing a police report to begin with. Like I feel like my intentions weren't clean with it. Nader has never beaten me. So did I ever say he beat me? No, I never.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you pretty much did. You said he hit you so hard you saw stars. You said that. I remember you saying that. Fake phony victim. I remember you saying that. I also remember you being ridiculous and saying you needed a safe word and saying it on stream like a safe word, code word, in case something happened with Nader. By the way, you dumb big idiot, a safe word is something that's referenced in BDSM. So you're using a BDSM term for a DV situation and you want to use a safe word and tell everybody what the safe word is on camera and he can hear you? Make it make sense, please. You know, miss me with all that. Okay, how about something positive? I like to give you guys positive stuff. Oh, things to do. This is in Italy. Oh, to be there. Doesn't that look peaceful? Just laying beneath these, it looks like lemon trees. Imagine the scent. Oh, lovely. By the sea even. I would love to be there right now. Okay, hidden truths. This has to do with BBJ. BBJ was living in squalor with cat poop, vomit, and urine-stained furniture. There were days-old rotting food in her bedroom, bags of trash, and box mountains. She threw food on the floor because she was too lazy to get up and feed BBJ. Who knows how often she got clean water. Yeah, BBJ lived in horrible conditions. And here's some proof. Here's some proof. Y'all want proof? Pictures don't lie. Pictures do not lie. That was the downstairs portion of Chantal's house. Look how disgustingly filthy that house is. And that's just the front side of the house. You guys didn't see the box mountains that were all over the house. We called it Box Mountain and Mountains because she would have Amazon boxes stacked from floor to ceiling, upstairs and downstairs. You want to see another one? There's another one. That was BBJ's feeding area by her foot. Food all over the place. There's another one of her feeding areas. And I don't know what that open box was supposed to be, like a makeshift litter box. Chantal could not walk even 1 foot in her bedroom without stepping over things, potentially tripping herself, and her cats couldn't run around. It was just horrible. Horrible. I'm so glad BBJ is in a better place now. And Sam. Julie says, I just want him to let him go to be happy. Go meet someone to have a family with. Doesn't really fit with today's narrative. Blaming BB for the breakup. Chantal, stop with the BS. Seriously. Credit to video to Endless Mimosa. Yeah, credit to her. Why am I bringing all this stuff up about the DV stuff and the BB stuff? Because for some strange reason, even now, Chantal is talking about BB and talking about Nader, even though BB's been out of the picture for the longest. And he never did wrong to Chantal. She lived with BB. BB paid all the bills. He paid the rent. She got a settlement and she was living with him and off of that for a while, but she was essentially living off BB. And she cheated on BB, and BB put up with her as long as he could. He broke up with her. Anybody that knows Shantal, that knows the way of thinking and her patterns, knows that Shantal is not about that life of leaving a man and leaving a man alone. She will never let a man go. She's got to have a man by her side. I mean, look at Pete's. Pete's is her ex-fiance. She was with Pete's, cheated on Pete's with BB, went to BB, went back to Pete's. She only let go of Pete's when she met up with Natter. While she was with Natter, she was talking about getting rid of Pete's and the cats, but her and Natter never worked out. And then when her and Salah started talking, she left Pete's for Salah. She'll only let you go if there's another one waiting in the queue. But even if she lets you go, she's not letting you go. She wants to keep you in her back pocket in case you have something she needs or she needs your help. So she doesn't believe in shutting doors and, oh, it's my ex-boyfriend and I should just leave them alone and we could just remain platonic friends. She doesn't do that. She doesn't leave men. Men leave her, or they force her to leave. But she's trying to act like a martyr here. So let's listen.
And I can tell that he's not happy.
Shantal is a narcissist. She does not care if the other person is happy with her or happy in general. She cares about what makes her happy. That's it. Narcs only care about themselves. They only feel their own emotions. They have no sense of empathy. But she's trying to spin it like, I'm doing this for him. No, you're not. You're just trying to paint yourself a victim when you never were.
Because of that, I just want to let him go, be happy. He's still young enough while he's, he's like my age. I want him to find somebody he's more compatible with.
I know this is off topic. I'm sorry. But looking at this piece of video right now, and I'm seeing BBJ right behind her, it makes me so angry. It really does. As a cat mama, as a cat pet guardian, you guys know how much I love my cat Booger. This big, stupid idiot. She was busy running around looking for fake love, and she had real love with her the entire time. And it was directly behind her. Unconditional love. Didn't she say she wanted unconditional love? Pets are very forgiving. And if they're in tune with you, they can pick up on your emotions without you saying a word. I know when I'm upset, Booger, she feels it. And she's all over me, and she won't leave me alone until I calm down. Like if I start crying, she's all up in my face. But you gave up real love for the fake love, Shantal, and the real love wouldn't have cost you as much money. And it was loyal to you, is right there. It just makes me angry. Sorry, tangent. Let's go.
I'm sorry, I'm ugly crying. We're crying about it again. He can be happy with, have a family.
I mean, look at little BBJ. She's directly behind Shantal. She's been with her for years. And she could pick up that her owner is upset, and she's just hovering around her like, you okay, mom? But Chantal's too busy with her face in front of the camera performing for everybody.
And I can tell that he's not happy.
So sad. Sorry, guys. It makes me angry when people don't care about their pets. All right. Now, this has to do with Shantal said that she sent emails back and forth to YouTube. Scorpio Angel says, cool story, Chins. You were buying subs, then used to cat 5555 doing sub for sub to throw under the bus so you could play innocent. Rage more. Go F yourself. And this is the, she did some community posts. She wrote an entire freaking novel. You can always tell when Chantal's upset because she writes novels. Like narcissists, they don't over-explain until they're caught. but she's showing the receipt here. She was claiming that haters bought her subs. Nobody's going to spend money on you, Shantal. Nobody. Look, she wrote an entire freaking book. The post was so big, I had trouble saving it. She only writes these little mini novels when she gets mad. Tell us you're mad without telling us you're mad. Okay, this is an interesting clip from D. Angry Scott. Now, Shantal did a Phasmophobia stream, and this was captured. Y'all listen.
So I just got here from his apartment, and oh my god. I'm just warning you.
So she's saying that Salah just got there from his apartment. We've all been suspecting that he doesn't live there. And more than one person has noticed that when Salah was staying there a lot more, the place looked cleaner and Julia looked better. Like she looked like she got brushed on the regular, maybe fed on the regular. I don't know what happened or what point he decided to just exit himself out. But recently Julia was shown on camera, and she's a long-haired cat, and you have to brush those, or else their fur gets really, really matted. And if the mats get too bad, it can mat all the way down to the skin and tear the skin and cause infections. That's why you have to brush them. Even if all you can do, if the mat's not bad, you can take a pair of scissors, and if you can't comb it out gently, cut the mat out to where it doesn't get too severe. Julie's looking really mad at these days, and it's really concerning. Like, the place is looking messy, the cat's not looking so good. All of the signs point to the fact that Shantal is there by herself, and she's confirming he came from another apartment, and I believe it. Okay, this is a clip from the. Shut up, Shantal. This is a clip from the reaction that I'm going to react to. Hidden Truth says, Foodie Beauty, she isn't grateful for any of the subs she got from Takat or Mr. Snowflake. She is talking bad about this Muslim woman. Let's listen.
Okay, thank you. It's more than you have. You've been doing this for how many years, and you still have the same amount of subscribers, not nearly 100K or not nearly 98. So yeah, go on.
Some kind of sub.
Look at her sub shaming. Look at this one. Where's your 100K channel? Why don't you go ahead and say it, Shantal? Where's your 100K channel? It is such a status symbol with her. Trying to use the fact that she's got a higher number on her page to try to shame Milk Tea. And Milk Tea is an asset to this community. She's very much the lady. She's always on point. She comes to the table with facts. She's a great reactor. Full of information is Miss Milk Tea. But here she is acting like a total elitist snob, bringing up her sub number. Shantal, the only reason why you got to 100K is because you cheated your way there. And we know it. I mean, the fact that I did the sub count drop yesterday proves that. Although proof really wasn't needed. Everybody's been paying attention to your social blade and wants the numbers go up and down like a seesaw. But I purposely did the sub drops so everybody can see where you were at. You were at 99,900. So I don't know if you bought another 1K subs because you were desperate to keep that number for some reason. But look at you looking down your nose at Milk Tea. Well, your victory is a hollow victory because you did not earn 100K at all. You cheated your way there.
The sub program.
Sub program.
Is apparently against YouTube.
It's not. It's a support.
Right.
And she was seen in their channel or in their chat or in somewhere saying, "Oh, I only need 800 more until 100."
Hi Pam. Hi YouTube lover. Hi Applebee. She has a secret noodle dealer. I have a secret.
Not sure how YouTube's gonna look.
If you did a little bit of research like you like to do on everything else on Google,
says the person who goes to Dr. Google constantly. She goes to Dr. Google. What's wrong with me? Oh, Dr. Google will tell me, not an actual doctor that knows what they're talking about. Milk Tea is very factual, Shantal. That's why you don't like Milk Tea. She's a lady. She comes on with her facts. She comes on camera, not intoxicated, well dressed, hair neat, nice background. Like, you can't argue against her. Sorry. No.
Go look at this Tacat person's channel. They have 30 people watching on a good day. They have 13, I think, 30,000 subscribers, but they don't have that many people in the chat. There weren't 800 people in the chat when I was there. There was like even less than 30, okay? So where would 800 from 30 come from? Where? Anyway.
Shantal, you were exposed with a message that you sent to Tacat. It was written in Arabic. Maybe Salah was writing it for you, since you don't know how to. Either you were using some sort of program on a browser to convert everything over from English to Arabic, or maybe Salah was typing for you. But you said in a message, I need 800 subs to reach 100K. You were actively soliciting to get to 100K because you've been sitting at like 97, 98K for the longest. And that number really wasn't moving. And then all of a sudden it starts moving and moving fast. And this is right before your birthday. And then you come on camera before that saying, I really want to reach 100K, even though you don't care about your subs. But you're making yourself obvious, okay?
But then YouTube isn't historically great at following up with problems in her channel.
And that's where I want to get to, the hypocrisy.
Oh, shut up. Shut up with the hypocrisy. Quiet. I don't want to hear about your hypocrisy. I'm not here to talk about you. And here we go from D. Angry Scott. This is a message from Shantal. As for the sub thing, I was trying to also support smaller channels and channels from a different group than Girl World. Really? So, question on the chalkboard. You were trying to support smaller channels. How come you haven't shouted out to Kat on your channel then, Shantal? Shouldn't it go back and forth both ways? You weren't doing that. You actively went to a smaller channel than yourself because you were looking to get 800 subs. And here is the proof. Receipts. That's a translation. I need 800 subscribers to reach 100K. There's the proof. There's the receipts. How can you argue against receipts, ma'am? You really, really can't. Okay, a little palette cleanser from All Things to Do. This is in Greece. Oh, how beautiful is that? I just want to be there. Y'all look. What a gorgeous place. Oh, I just want to be there soaking up the sun. I miss the ocean. I really do. And this was her sub count going down last night. From Dell. Yeah, so how do you get from like 98, 99K all the way back up to 100,000, Shantal? You phony. Let's see. Her community post. I guess this is another clip from the live, courtesy of Jolie. Shantal is trying to say she broke up with Natter now. Really. He couldn't get rid of her. You were like the crap on his shoe, following him around, calling him a million times, making fake profiles to talk to him, trying to entice him with party favors. Yeah, like, so that's the story she's trying to say now, that she broke up with Natter. It's an interesting pattern, isn't it? So BB broke up with her, but she's going to spin it as I broke up with him. With narcs, in every story, they're either the victim or the hero or both at the same time. So I guess in this story, just as with BB, she broke up with BB, and I guess she also broke up with Natter. I don't believe that. I really don't believe that. I mean, she said it herself. Remember, she did the bedroom stream where somebody in the chat asked her, what would you do if Natter left you for another woman? And she said, I think about that all the time. And then she said, I've got a plan. I'm not as stupid as you guys think. Trust, something about an Aries. So she already had a plan in mind that if he tried to escape her or get away from her after her investing so much money and time into him, she was going to punish him. And then she threatened him with the cops. In Chantal's mind, men are not men. They are not people with their own sense of free will. They are possessions. And once she invests money in you, like an object, you belong to her. And if you decide you want to get away, then if she can't hold on to you, she's going to destroy you. But let's watch the clip.
What are you talking about?
If I was so happy with this loser, I would still be with him. Because even though you don't believe it, it doesn't matter. I dropped him off at Dee Dee's. We were looking for apartments. Again, I'll tell the same story. And I was driving home back from Montreal. I said, I'm going to go home and we're still going to look for apartments. And then I saw Sam's Bar Lounge video on the drive home, and that was it.
I've got so much to say on this clip. I really do. So let's start here. She was driving back from Montreal. Remember that she allegedly went to the cops before his move to Montreal. That means after these said allegations, she was sneaking off to see Natter. And Montreal is not exactly a quick drive away from Ottawa. So this supposed victim of DV and SA was driving 2+ hours to and back to see her alleged abuser. Imagine that. Even though they don't have a car, you're going out of your way to go see them. What victim does that? What true victim does that? So when he was in Gatineau, she threw these charges on him, allegedly, because don't know if she really went to the cops. And then he moved to Dee Dee's place in Montreal. And even after he moved so far away, she wouldn't leave him alone. And she was continuing to see him, sneaking off to go see him and getting caught, because there were occasions where she got caught in reflections of things. Y'all remember the barbecue grill? We saw her reflection in the barbecue grill when she was doing the live stream. Yeah, that got exposed. So someone that obsessed with somebody is just going to freely let them go? No.
Everything was revealed. Everything.
Yeah, about the Sam's Bar Lounge videos, which are very disturbing and triggering to a lot of people. She's talking about the Sam's Bar Lounge videos, but in a moment where she was mad at Dee Dee, and Dee Dee is still living with Natter, she played a Sam's Bar Lounge video on her channel to taunt Dee Dee. Again, what true victim does that?
And that was it for me with him. That was it. The veil was over. Well, it was.
There was no veil. Here's my opinion. Look, I don't like Natter. He's a bad egg. He's a scumbag. I'll always feel that way. But what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. He's a bad egg. But I think he never misrepresented himself. He never put on a false face. But Chantal did. She put on a false face just to get in his good graces and hang out with him. And then over time, she started taking that mask off. As her obsession grew, as her want of Natter grew, she just got way comfortable and she started to show who she really was, and all the drama ensued. But he never once put on the mask of, I am a monogamous guy, I want a girlfriend and you're it. She chose to go after him despite the fact that she knew he likes to be with different people intimately. He's not a monogamy kind of guy. He's kind of wild. She chose to be with him after knowing that.
Is being really badly removed.
Shut up, Chantal. Fake phony victim. Let's see what else we got here. Yep, and there was your sub count going down. Here's another beautiful location from View Prawn. Oh, that's so gorgeous. I want it. And I love this. Can I live there? Can I absolutely live there? I love that. It's very boho-ish, colorful, funky, hippie. I'm digging it. I am so digging it. Y'all look at that. What a beautiful picture. What a beautiful picture. And her sub count going down. Okay, I think that's it. Oh my, I didn't realize we spent so long on the Twitter stuff. My apologies. I don't know how much of Shantal's stream I'm going to cover with Yo Mama. And again, I'm not here so much to react to him. He's not my content. It's just that he's in the stream and he's talking, but I'm more focused on her. Maybe Shantal put Yo Mama in the stream on purpose, trying to get him some exposure or get the reactors talking about him and get something started between himself and other reactors. But I'm focused primarily on her. So let's just bring that up and let's get started. And let's just cover at least some of this. How long did this go on for? Let me look. Lord, 3 hours? 3 hours, Shantal. We're not covering all of it, Big Mama, but we'll cover some of it. I can't be here all day. All right, we ready? All right, let's get ready. Let's go.
Nothing original. So this is, I thought he had some interesting things to say about Milk Reach Reacts. So let's let's watch this together, okay? Hi, Zach Seller, Sophia. Hi, Pam.
Michael's in the gaming thing that he got is all off of Amber Lynn. But speaking of terms of service, because that's why we're here. Milk and Tea.
Hi, Carolina. KM.
Wants to talk about Foodie Beauty's terms of service, that she's breaking terms of service. Now, this has been floating around the internet for the last 2 weeks about Foodie Beauty has finally reached 100,000 subscribers, and she's on her way to get her plaque. Now,
by the way, and I'm just going to put this out there. Yo Mama has an aggressive way of talking. His voice is not soothing to the ears. So if anybody gets irritated by that, apologies. But it is part of the React today. So just putting that out there. He can be a lot to deal with.
He's been on YouTube for a while. And she's finally going to get her plaque. And a lot of these reaction channels are very angry, very mad. And they can never, ever give Foodie Beauty no kind of credit, right? So when Foodie Beauty is up to collect her plaque, these reaction channels start running with conspiracy theories.
Well, here's not a theory, here is a fact. If you are a channel and you've been taken down, you cannot get your plaque. And Shantal's channel, it was taken down and then given back. So I don't know if that negates that. But her channel was taken away from her for a while. So I don't know if she can get her plaque at this point. And why is everybody up in arms? Because it is against the terms of service. But if we're going to go further, and we are, her doing content like she is on YouTube, doing the mukbangs, after discussing at length many times of her issue with food, that's against the terms of service also, because you're glorifying an issue with food. You've come outright and you told everybody many times over, I've got BED. She talks about her BED and her supposed struggles, although she's not struggling. She's not fighting against it. She's leaning into it for monetary purposes and hurting herself in the process and possibly triggering people in her audience, which should not be allowed. That's breaking terms of service. I mean, we're all on YouTube, all of us creators. We are told we have to follow the terms of service or deal with the consequences. So here is Shantal cheating her way to 100K. And everybody's got a big problem with that because there are big channels and small channels that they've done far less than Shantal, and they've had their channels taken away from them. And yet here's Shantal, and yet YouTube, I don't know what's going on with them, but they're giving her much more room than they would ever give anybody else.
One of them is she bought subs, okay, which is against terms of service, okay? And if she was going to buy subs, she could have probably did it a while back, but all of a sudden she bought subs. And
sorry, Yo Mama, but her buying subs is not a new thing. It's not recent. She's bought subs before. It's just that she is sneaky about it. She buys in batches of 100, you know, just so the YouTube bots don't pick them up so easily. But because it's close to her birthday and she wants to reach 100K by her birthday, she got impatient and she did a really big purchase recently. And then when that wasn't enough, in my opinion, she went to another channel to help her get subs on the sly. So she wanted to reach 100K before her birthday, in my opinion. That way she could apply for her plaque ahead of time and get it by her birthday.
Another thing, she promoted people subbing to her channel in somebody else's channel. Now, this other channel that she...
Interestingly enough, though, she went to an Arabic speaking channel, which she's free to do. But she's not really promoting Takat's channel on her channel. You see, so it's a one-sided thing.
Went to ask them to sub up her channel. Didn't really have a lot of viewers, but for some odd reason, they all, when Foodie Beauty went in there and asked for some subs, they all went to go sub to her channel, which gave her the 800 she needed to reach 100K. And now they're all like, you broke terms of service, first and foremost.
Yeah, because that's in the TOS, sir.
This reaction channel's got to understand that blaming another channel for telling people to go over there and sub to Foodie Beauty's channel, that's not what got her to 100,000 subs. When are these reaction channels are going to take responsibility for their actions on getting Foodie Beauty 100,000 subs? Huh? I just want to ask that question. I mean, all this blaming going around, all this, how did she reach 100,000 subs? YouTube's not doing this job and all this other bullshit. But I never see these reaction channels take responsibility, because if anybody got Foodie Beauty to 100,000 subs, it would be you. You are the motherfuckers that dedicated.
Boy, he's got a filthy mouth.
Your channels to Foodie Beauty.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, she was stuck like at 98K for the longest. She wasn't even close to 100K. I mean, she was close, but she wasn't that close. It's just that Shantal got impatient and she decided to cheat her way the rest of the way. And, you know, it doesn't matter if she gets the plaque or not, y'all. It does not mean more money for her. It doesn't mean more engagement, more views, more likes. If it's just an inflated number, then it's just an inflated number. I mean, she advertised a rage stream a day ahead of time, and normally her rage streams get the most people, and she didn't get as many people. Likewise, she advertised her Twitch channel. There weren't that many people watching. So 100K channel and your numbers suck? I guess that inflated number doesn't mean much.
You guys don't take...
It's true. It's like, I mean, I didn't even think of it that way, because like, if you look at all of the, even if it's infamy, you're still giving me free promotion to my channel. So, I mean, he's going to later say there's like, you know, a documentary made about me recently that gets like 1 million views. You got to think that some of it's going to send some subscribers my way, you know? And he's right. The people that I was in their chat, these people from like the Arab world.
And I have a theory about that. I'm going to put my theory on the table. I think that Shantal sought out the Arabic community on purpose because maybe she felt that those in the Arabic community, perhaps some of those people or most of those people, would not know how to speak English. And because of that, they would not find out her history on YouTube, the things she's done, she was trying to be sneaky and go around the block, getting those extra subs, going to a whole different community that did not know about her to get what she wanted. And then when she got what she wanted from Ducat, then her attitude became, I got what I wanted, see you later, which made Ducat very angry, and her community, meaning Ducat and her and those in her community, turned on Shantal. Having Girl World not like you is one thing, Shantal. Having an entire community separate away from Girl World turning on you is not a good thing.
You know, I got very few. I could count on my hand how many people came to say hey and subscribe to my channel from that. So, but anyway, keep listening.
Responsibility for nothing. You talk about the woman every damn day. You talk about her to your chat. You mention her. When's her next video? Where's the community post? You guys are the reason why she got the subs where they are today. And you guys want to blame everybody else. You guys are free fucking promotion. Good or bad, it's promotion. You can't blame some channel that she popped in or she popped her head into and said, hey guys, sub me up. And then not all of them just went over there and subbed her up. You guys are blaming that? No, blame yourself. You guys dedicated your goddamn channels to Foodie Beauty, and then you're shocked when she reaches 100K. Oh my God, how did this happen? There's documentaries after documentaries. Like I said, 5 months ago, a guy got 1 million goddamn views on a Foodie Beauty documentary. Documentaries are popping off. All this free promotion you give her, of course she's one day going to reach 100K. But it can never be genuine, right? It's always got to be, wait a minute, something happened. Something had to happen. She can't just get 800 subs in a week. That's impossible. But none of them looked.
But here's what's telling, Yo Mama. If the sub for something was within the TOS, if there was nothing to worry about, why would Shantal get nervous and make a preemptive strike and write to YouTube? If you've done no wrong, you've done no wrong. And if you've done no wrong, there's no reason to get nervous, which she was. She was contacting YouTube and like, oh, trying to act all innocent. I don't know where these subs came from. Maybe Salah bought them for me. That's the actions of a nervous person. They know they're going around the block and they're doing some shady stuff. And they're trying to cover their behind. If you've done no wrong, then you're completely calm and cool and collected and you're fine. You know, it'll all be handled. But she was nervous because she knows what she did and she got caught. She thought she wasn't going to get caught. Maybe she hoped she wouldn't get caught. She would get what she wanted. Nobody would be the wiser. And Girl World caught on to her quick.
And saw that there was a 1 million view documentary that was literally promoting her channel. Nobody looked and said, wait a minute, there was a big ass watch of Foodie Beauty from a big channel. And big channels cover Foodie Beauty. So her getting 800 views in a week is not, it's not uncommon, right? But if she was to pay.
And this is just a side issue, just an observation, mind you. And I'm not, okay, I'll be petty, but not petty. It's just constructive criticism. So this is supposed to be Shantal's react, right? Her big rage. You're all going to get it. You can't even see her face. This is her channel. This is her time, her spotlight. And yet, who is in the spotlight right now? Yo Mama. She's playing his video. Not camming up, not showing her face. Just letting Yo Mama be her mouthpiece and talk for her. So she's reacting, but yet it's not her reacting. It's somebody else talking. I just think that's weird.
Pay for it, she would get in trouble for it.
He's just very animated, Canny, when he talks.
But again, when are these reaction channels going to take responsibility? When are they going to take responsibility for what they've done to get her to 100K. If anybody got her to 100K, it's you.
At the same time, Yo Mama, here's the counterpoint to that. The people that want to watch Shantal, because there are reaction channels and clip channels around, it gives people a choice. Whether they want to watch Shantal on her channel on their own, by their own choice, or they can watch somebody react to her. And in my opinion, it's more entertaining. Because Shantal, she talks about the same things over and over and over again. Always stories from her past, always in the same setting. Nothing new, nothing creative. It gets monotonous after a while. And the reactors do what they can to make her entertaining by inserting funny clips or doing funny intros or outros or putting stuff together or doing documentaries. We do what we can to keep her entertaining. But we give people that second door to go through if they want to watch her. You know, door number one, you can go on Shantal's channel and watch her and raw dog her that way by your will. Or door number two, you can watch through a reactor. And a lot of people choose the reactors just because she's not willing to step up her content and do something different. She's determined to basically sit on camera and eat and talk about the same stories and talk about the same people, much like she's going to do today. So there's a lot of people, they want to keep up with the Shantal story, but they don't want to give her the view. They're not a fan. They're not an admirer. They're not a sub. They want to keep up with this story, but they're not a fan of her, so they go somewhere else. But they can always go back to Shantal if they want to. But the thing is, they don't want to. So I could also argue that maybe because we are giving people that choice, that keeping people from being her subs. I mean, I've seen people in her chat that have said, I found you through the reactors, but there are also other people that used to be in her chat that liked Shantal because once upon a time, she was a different person. She wasn't as animated or over-exaggerated as she is now. And there was a period during the Natter arc where she was highly abusive to her subscribers. She was being mean and nasty and who wants to be blocked and embarrassing people, humiliating people in her chat. She was so high on her horse that a lot of people just got tired of the abuse and they started watching her through the reaction channels because through the reaction channels, they could say what they wanted to say without being kicked out of Shantal's chat for unfortunately saying the wrong thing at the wrong time.
But you blaming everybody else. You're the one that's promoting her channel every day. Every word, you think the people that watch you don't go over there and sub, or they don't hate watch her when you're not reacting? Not all you guys snipe at the same fucking time. So they go, you know what? I'll just watch it on my own. And then when my favorite creator comes on, I'll watch it with her. That's what they do. You guys are the biggest promoter of Foodie Beauty, but then cry when she reaches 100K and get a plaque. She doesn't deserve it. She doesn't deserve it. Aren't you the motherfucker that dedicated your whole channel to her? If it wasn't for her, there wouldn't be no you.
Exactly. I love how people pretend like, yeah, sure, they give me a promotion as well, but like literally without me or my content, there would be no Gore World. There would be nothing. There would be, like, seriously, these people have nothing on their channels except for my videos.
And that is where you're wrong, Shantal. Let's put things in reverse. Let's just say there was no girl world. That a reaction community did not spring up around you and Amberlyn Reed. Think about this. Well, where would your channel be? Where would her channel be? I mean, the situation could be reversed. If there was not a community of people reacting to either one of you ladies, would that mean your numbers would look different? Would as many people know about you? If you were on your channel and there was nobody else talking about you, that would mean as a channel creator that you would have to have a more active role in promoting your channel and letting people know about it, because YouTube is huge. There's so many channels out there. One of the hardest things to do is to get eyes on your channel. No matter what area of YouTube you go to, what community you choose to be in or be part of, whatever the content is, there's probably already a million channels out there around that same topic. So getting eyes on a very small channel beginning is tough. You and Amber lucked out hard that people took interest in the both of you, started to cover the both of you, and because there were people reacting to you, it was easier to get your name out there. And in regard to, this is all we could do. Without you, we would fail. Well, the same could be said about you, if that is true. What would you be without Girl World? You need attention all the time. I mean, when there was talk of a blackout where all the reaction channels said we were going to just not going to react to her for a week or a day, you freaked all the way out. You did. Who do they think they are? You said. Back in the day, you didn't mind the reaction channels reacting to you. You understood how it worked. One hand washes the other. Yeah, we get some subs out of it. We grow our channels a little bit, but so do you. You didn't mind. You didn't mind because you were making good money. You were getting the attention. You didn't mind. You started to mind when the money started going down, but that wasn't our fault. Your content started to suck and it got boring. And that has nothing to do with us. It had everything to do with your personal choices about what you did with your content. Every time you put out a video, it's the same old thing. You bored people to death. And you're doing it again. And again, it's a choice that you're deciding to make. Because here you are one more time rehashing, talking about different reactors, rehashing, talking about Natter, rehashing, talking about BB. BB, who should be left alone because he's got no part in this. Just, you're going back into the closet and picking up things from the past rather than presenting things in the present. When you're not doing anything new on your channel, people get bored, they get stale, they unsubscribe. Not because the reactors tell them to unsubscribe, they just get bored. Understand? It's just how it works.
I find it funny when they're surprised, yeah, that I reach 100K, or some of them want really hard to take down my channel.
And if you really think, Shantal, that without you, we would all fall, go offline for a month. I don't think you can afford it, but go offline for a month and see what happens. I'll tell you what would happen, because there are already reaction channels doing this. Seeing as your content is boring, they're covering other people at the same time they cover you. They're already preparing. They're covering other people. They're doing other things. There's a lot of wonderful, creative people in the community. They can do other things. I could do tarot readings. Okay. I got a tarot channel. I just got to get going with it. I'm busy right now, but I could do like creepypasta story times. I could do tarot. I could do all kinds of things. I could do my ambiance channel. You know, I do my reacts to you because people want to keep up with your story and they like the way that I react. So I'm here for that. But if something were to happen to your channel and if you were to leave, we would all just carry on. We'll find somebody else to react to or other things to do. But you don't have that option, do you? You don't have a backup plan.
Channel, but then like if I have no channel, you have no content. And like it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
But that's why we're here. We're here to talk about milk tea. This one right here. Now, this one is going to tell us all about breaking terms of service and what Foodie Beauty has done to.
I'm not hating, but I would really like to know how, for like, I would say what, 4 or 5 years now, this person's been reacting to me. How does her wig stay the same? Like, I've had wigs, cheap wigs like this, and they really just become ratty and tatty in like a few months. I don't know if it's not taking care of them, throwing them in the back of the Kia. Thrillo. Anyway, all right.
Break terms of service.
So her first complaint about milk tea right off the bat has to do with milk tea's wig and her appearance. That is so Shantal. Shantal hates other women. goes right for the looks, right off the bat. I don't care if Milk Tea wears a wig. I think her wig looks lovely. It's very neat. It's very clean. It's well styled. What's the problem? What I do remember, Shantal, is that back in the day when you were all about that wig wearing life, you bought thousands of dollars in wigs. Some of them were quite expensive. You said so, and I believe you. You would buy the expensive wigs. You would cut them up yourself, make them look horrible. You would throw them on the floor and make them filthy. How much money did you waste on expensive wigs that would then just be tossed in the trash? How much money? Money just thrown away for nothing. Because you would get bored and you would need a new wig, and then you would just completely trash it. You would wear the wig and you would never wash it or style it or put it up somewhere where it would stay neat. You would just treat it like garbage. So leave Milk Tea and her wig alone. I think she looks lovely.
Service, roll it.
They had chicken and potatoes for dinner. She did come on eating noodles that we haven't seen in the haul. She seems to be getting through her groceries. I think she's got butter chicken.
And this person, Golden Girl, saying she bought 99 of the same wig on sale for $5.99. Let me tell you something. I've worn wigs before. You guys know that you've been here long enough on my channel. I used to wear like this long wig, and it was a good wig. It was so good. People were like, is that your real hair? No, it wasn't my real hair. You guys are seeing my real hair right here. But it was a good wig, and it was a cheap wig. The cost of a wig does not matter. If it looks bad, it looks bad. It doesn't matter how much it costs. If you know your skin tone, your face shape, you pick the right wig, it can look like $1 million. So I don't know about this person, Golden Girl, trying to shame Milk Tea for her wig and, oh, it's cheap. Don't matter. Looks good on her. Leave her alone.
Chicken left because she had come online as I uploaded my old one. Come on.
So she says this person has so much important things to say. I mean, what the heck are they? What is she reacting to? This is why she's crap, honestly. Her reaction is taking inventory of how much groceries I have and how much I have left. Did you not hear her just say she had noodles that we didn't see in the grocery haul? Well, maybe sour milk, that I had those noodles from another grocery haul. Did that ever occur to you that even though people do grocery top-ups, that they still have some remaining groceries from the previous haul? Did that never occur to you at all? No?
And does this ever occur to you, Shantal? You being on YouTube and doing your content, whatever you decide to put out there, verbally or physically, if it's in video form, you're putting it in the public eye. The public, reactors included, have a right to comment on whatever they want, just as you have the right to comment on whatever you want. You're commenting on Milk Tea's wig right now, right? Because she did a video and she's showing herself, so you're feeling like you have the right to comment on her appearance. So therefore, it gives Milk Tea the right to comment on your grocery haul and what you may or may not have eaten. See how that works? You put things in the public eye, the public can have their thoughts, feelings, and opinions about whatever they feel, because it's not on a private forum.
Oh, not at all. You like to like hyper analyze things, but you can't analyze that fact. And then she says, I think she has buttered chicken left. Well, you were right. Guess your prediction was right. That makes you a super reactor, right? Because I had chicken tikka masala just the next day. Like, they're keeping track of my groceries. How is this not ridiculous? Oh, okay. Anyways, let's go on.
Why is it a topic of interest? Because, Shantal, it's weird. You do the grocery hauls, but you barely eat the groceries. You're a fan of takeout. You're ordering so much in the way of takeout. You buy enough groceries that should normally last like a couple of weeks. And it seems like you guys are doing a grocery haul every week. I don't know how much you're spending in groceries, and honestly, I don't care, not my business. But just the amount of food that you're putting away is scary. Ma'am, you come on camera telling us about your health problems, about your diabetes, about your high blood sugar, showing us your blood sugar readings, talking about taking metformin. You've been on camera walking, dragging your foot, which might point to diabetic neuropathy, which is very, very serious. You've talked about your enlarged heart. You've talked about the blood clots in your lungs. You've talked about the non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. You talked about all of these things. You told us that your liver is 3 times the size of normal. You told us all about your health issues, going to the doctor to get insulin shots because your blood sugar was too high. Had to have 2 at one time to bring it back down. So you're making your lack of health a talking point for you. And then it gets brought to the public eye. They comment on it. And they're seeing the amount of food that is disappearing so quickly. It's alarming. It's quite scary.
In line with the fajitas, and then I've done a react to that.
Right.
She did a react to my fajitas. This woman reacted to me eating fajitas. I can't. I'm gonna rage.
What she actually bought, there isn't going to be much left there.
What's amazing to me is that Shantal, she's got a problem with food. And she's completely okay with getting on YouTube and monetizing her issue with food, showcasing her content for people in her audience that they back that up and fund it and enable it. But it's not okay for the reactors to comment on it, those of us that don't have issues with food. So people in the audience that support it, you're allowed to have your opinions. But those of us that were watching this behavior and it's alarming, it's scary, we're not allowed to say anything.
Okay. She also, at some point in the last day, made it to 100,000 subs. Now, this has been something she hasn't managed to do for a long time, but her numbers went up quite suspiciously. Like, they go up in big jumps right at the end, even though...
Suspiciously. Quite suspiciously. But you didn't do your research. Because, like I said, and I pointed out yesterday,
no, it isn't nice, but she has something wrong with her that she has to wear it, I think. Well, you know what? I didn't make fun of her condition for being bald because I have hair issues too. And I get made fun of by a lot of reactors for that, by the way. But I'm just saying the wig. I mean, I really, like, if you look at her thumbnails, the same brick wall background and the same wig.
Shantal, can I tell you something? I know that you don't really use StreamYard, or maybe you do now, but you didn't then. StreamYard has a section on it that you can do a virtual background. And that brick wall is part of the virtual background that you can add to behind you if you're wanting to make the appearance neater and cleaner. I know because I'm using StreamYard right now. Problem is, I can't do the virtual background behind me because my computer is not strong enough and it starts to lag. But it's included on StreamYard. So I don't care if she's got a brick wall behind her. She could have a rose garden behind her. She's coming on camera, professional, factual. What's wrong with that?
For years, my wigs could never.
There was a 1 million viewed documentary put out on Fraudy Beauty just recently. But hey, suspiciously, of course.
So this is the weirdo making fun of my groceries. I wonder when people come in and comment, I know they get it from somewhere. Some crappy reactor they've been watching, someone came in and said, where did the noodles come from? They weren't in your grocery haul. Like, it's a conspiracy that I have ramen noodles not from the same grocery haul. I don't understand. Like, why would I hide noodles? That's what I'm getting. That's what I think they're getting to. She's hiding noodles. Why would I hide noodles but show you 60 chocolate bars? Which, by the way, they've also counted how many chocolate bars were bought.
Of course. Go ahead.
Well, maybe it has to do with you. The fact that you're a liar and you lie about everything. You lie about things you don't have to lie about. It's very strange, Shantal. It's very strange to me. At the same time that you're on YouTube catering to people in your audience, obviously, that are into the food thing, you hide the food. In my opinion, my thought is you're still indulging in the junk food. You've shown us huge hauls of candy bars, sugar. Maybe you're not doing that anymore because of making the situation with your blood sugar and your diabetes so public. and you don't want the backlash, you don't want the heat, so let's just not talk about that. But you hide things that maybe you shouldn't hide, and talk about other things. It's a very strange system with you, but you're such a pathological liar. You lie about the stupidest things. It's not about the food, Shantal. You just don't get it. It's not the food that bothers people, although I will admit it bothers me, because you're on YouTube. In my opinion, what you're doing, you are a food addict, indulging your addiction on video in full view of the public, looking for public funding to continue your addiction, looking for funding from your audience, from YouTube, and from Google AdSense. Whenever you sit down and do a mukbang, you're getting your fix, and you're letting everybody watch, and you're looking for people in your audience that they have that fetish, and they will join your audience and back you up and be part of your hug box, and maybe they might be paying you for custom content off of YouTube. Maybe that's why you're always passing out your Instagram and PayPal and all that. You're getting paid 100% versus YouTube 70% with taxes. So you're looking for a certain kind of audience. You'll accept everybody, but you're really looking for those food fetish people. So you want to monetize your problem on one side, then you act like you're struggling with it on another side, then complain about the health problems brought about by the food problem on another side of that. You just keep going back and forth. But it's the lies that bother people the most, and watching your physical decline. I've been watching you a long time, Shantal, and I don't think, as someone that's been reacting to you for years, we've ever experienced a period like this one. Never in the history of your time on YouTube until now. In the beginning, you had no problems walking or breathing or going anywhere by yourself. You didn't need anybody to help you put your shoes on. You weren't breaking shower drains. You weren't breaking furniture or couches. You could walk just fine without breathing heavy or holding on to your lower back. I mean, these are all things that are new, and it's scary. And the scary part is it doesn't scare you. And here's my feelings about this, y'all. I think Shantal is so far gone with being obsessed with YouTube and YouTube content and being in the public eye, that if she suffered some serious medical event, even like losing a leg or losing a finger, and I'm not wishing these things upon her, mind you, but if something serious happened to Shantal, she would just look at that as content, something to cry about, something to get sympathy over. It would not wake her up. She's going to continue on the path that she's on until something serious happens and there's no going back. Like she lives for YouTube and the internet and sticking us the middle finger. She doesn't live for herself anymore.
So she was not doing anything to earn subscribers. She was actually doing the opposite, and people were dropping off. But she did admit to joining.
How were people dropping off? Sour tea. I had 98.2 subscribers, close to. That was more than I've ever had. It's not like I ever had 98,000 subscribers before, and people like, it's not like I had more than 98 subscribers and people dropped off and brought me down. No, that's the most subscribers I've ever had. And honestly, 98,000 subscribers, I'll take it. Thank you. It's more than you have. You've been doing.
There she goes again with that elitist crap. I've got more than you. Well, I'm sure if Milk Tea wanted to break TOS and buy subscribers, she could get to 100K. I could get to 100K. Anybody can get to 100K if you just buy your way there. But those of us that are on YouTube, we want to do things the right way. We work hard and we grow organically. That's the way it should be done. Cheater. You cheated on the men you're with. You're cheating on YouTube. You just can't stop being a cheater, can you? Always got to fake your way there. You can take that snobby attitude and stuff it, Shantal. Stuff it.
Doing this for how many years and you still have the same amount of subscribers, not nearly 100K or not nearly 98. So yeah, go on.
Some kind of sub for sub program.
Sub for sub program.
Is apparently against YouTube.
It's not it's a support
right.
program.
And she was seen in their channel or in their chat or in somewhere.
And here's just something that I'm noticing. I can't see Shantal, but I can hear her. I can hear her. Y'all hear her too. That shisha is going. She just, remember what I said about it, when you get stressed or worried, you will eat faster, eat more, smoke more, drink more. She's going after that shisha like nobody's business. So why are you so pressed, Shantal? And if you earned 100K the right way or 101K, why is it that your number keeps changing? It went down to 99,900, back up to 101, and then back down to 100. What happened there? Why does the number keep dropping so drastically if you were doing things the right way, above board?
Right.
Saying, oh, I only need 800 more until 100.
Hi Pam, hi YouTube lover, hi Applebee. She has a secret noodle dealer. I have a secret noodle dealer who comes by every night and sells her an ounce of tortellini.
100K and then suddenly jumping up by 800, whether she bought them or she got them from that program. I'm not sure how YouTube's going to look.
If you did a little bit of research like you like to do on everything else on Google, go look at this TACAT person's channel. They have 30 people watching on a good day. They have 30,000.
I seriously doubt that. I have not looked at Takat's channel. I've not been over there. But Takat's channel has like 30K subscribers. So I seriously doubt that when she did a live chat, she had just 30 people. Seriously doubt that.
Subscribers, but they don't have that many people in the chat. There weren't 800 people in the chat when I was there. There was like even less than 30. Okay, so where would 800 from 30 come from? Where? Anyway,
but then YouTube isn't historically great at following up with problems in her channel.
By the way, as someone that I do live chats, just because you start out with 30 people in a chat, it doesn't mean the number is going to stay the same during the time that you're live streaming. It may show 30 people, but there might actually be more because you might have 30 people and then another 30 people that are different, and then it just keeps going. So you might amass more than just 30 people for the entire stream. There might be 120 people, 200 people, 300 people watching you, as some people drop off and then enter. And I don't know how often Shantal was going over there, but if that was the case, then I could easily see how she got to 800, go into that chat and stay in there a while.
And that's where I want to get to, the hypocrisy. YouTube doesn't do a good job on following up things on the terms of service on Foodie Beauty's channel. But ma'am,
you're right about that. I will agree with you. They don't. Because she's broken terms of service. I don't know how many times. She's broken every rule there is multiple times, yo mama. Multiple times. She's been reported multiple times for violations. Flashing parts of her body, being intoxicated on camera, all of that. Reported. For whatever reason, YouTube took her channel away and they gave it back. And she's still breaking rules. She is monetizing her issue with food. And she won't stop doing that triggering content that is bad for her and bad for everybody else. And here she is again. She's confessed that she went to COT, breaking another terms of service. So to say that YouTube isn't doing their job, I agree with you. Because if they were doing their job, her channel would have been long gone by now.
Can we talk about your channel for a second?
Yeah, we can.
Milk Tea?
What about her channel?
Are you not breaking terms of service?
No.
Let's talk about it.
How?
Here's your channel right here.
What about it?
Let me. Are you not breaking terms of service?
How?
Ma'am, are you not breaking terms of service? You know, terms of service says that you cannot dedicate your channel to one person. You cannot dedicate your fucking channel to one person. You're breaking terms of service. The hypocrisy. Here, look at the titles. Foodie Beauty, Foodie Beauty, Foodie Beauty. Oh, wait, let's scroll down. Let's scroll down. Terms of service. Foodie Beauty. Wait, what is this? Foodie Beauty, Foodie Beauty, Foodie Beauty, Foodie Beauty, Foodie Beauty, Foodie Beauty. God damn it. You even did a Foodie Beauty reaction with blonde hair. Foodie Beauty. Ma'am, you want to talk about breaking terms of service?
Right.
You might want to keep that on a fucking hush. You might want to keep that on a hush about YouTube not doing their job, because obviously they're not doing their job with your channel.
Yep.
You have a whole channel dedicated to another person. That's against terms of service. Foodie Beauty. Foodie Beauty. Foodie Beauty.
Beauty.
God damn it. If they ever just look, if YouTube ever just looked down and just said, well, let me check this woman's channel out. Talk about, oh my God.
He's so loud.
Pretty sure she talked about Foodie Beauty in this video.
You know, this is supposed to be her rage moment. You know, she's going to give it to us. But she's not really talking, isn't she? She's barely talking. She's just reacting to Yo Mama's video. So I'm disappointed, Shantal. I'm very disappointed. Where's the rage? Where are we going to get it? I'm still waiting. I'm waiting for that gotcha moment that you promised. Or was that just another empty promise that you put out in front of people? Like, I'm really going to go for it. I'm really going to get all of you. I'm waiting. There's no gotcha moment here. You're not even reacting. You're letting somebody else be the mouthpiece and talk for you when you could talk. I'm sure you've got plenty to say. You suck at reacting. Maybe that's why you're reacting to his video, because even though you've got things to say, you can't say them in a very intellectual way and really make your points. What you could have done, if you want to talk about certain people, since you do know how to edit, what you could have done is make a video and put different stuff together, put it all together into a video, upload it to StreamYard or something, or on your channel privately, and then reacted to it on StreamYard. That would have been more professional than having somebody speak for you. The fact that you're letting somebody else speak thoughts and you're just over there going, yeah, I agree. It makes you look bad, it makes you look weak.
Video. It's crazy. These people, the hypocrisy of these people.
Oh, the hypocrisy of it all.
Entertained by
Here we go.
seeing somebody down and out or somebody affected emotionally by something. Like,
I don't know. I'll full on go to hell for being excited about it for you. I don't care. Satan, I'll see you there. Nobody cares. We're excited. You're miserable. It's really a good time.
That mentality.
So this wonderful, I remember when Just Beaten, I'll say Just Beaten because I don't know.
And I'm going to reiterate again, what this feels like is, it like I said before, it feels like a don't look over here, look over there situation. It also feels like she's wanting reactors to not just talk about her, but Yo Mama, and get something started with Yo Mama, but also get reactors fighting with each other, like indirectly poking people to fight with each other. Like, let's just put a bunch of people on the table, and because they're reacting to me, they might talk about these people and say something about these people, whoever these people are, like they're trying to cause a lot of infighting. And I'm not taking the bait, Shantal. I'm here to react to you. Do you understand? You're my main topic of conversation here tonight.
I don't care about the whole ex-drunk thing. We've all had addictions, whatever. But not many of us have beaten our
So badly that they're going after.
Oh, is this the part where she covers Natter? Hold on. Sorry about that.
Gorlick incel. This man hates women. All right, we're gonna listen to this guy suck off this donkey for the duration of his video. All right, he just goes to bat. He supports an abuser. He makes excuses for him. He believes everything him and Dudu say. It's really just disgusting. All right, so let's listen to this.
No, let's not listen to that.
Is just chef's kiss material. Dee makes the point that anyone that has been in Chantal's life usually ends up, in Chantal's words, against her, psycho.
Yeah, because you know what? I had a lot of toxic, crappy people in my life, and I'm just realizing.
I had a lot of toxic people in my life. Strange how when it comes to a narc, everybody else is toxic, but not them. Different people, different walks of life, yet they're all toxic. Every single one. Everybody. You can't possibly be the problem, Chantal, can you? When you're the common denominator between all those supposed toxic people. I don't think it was the other people that was the problem. I think you were the problem. I really think so. You are the common denominator. You are the connecting thread. I've been watching you for years, and I've noticed something. That anything, I'm sorry, excuse me, any living thing that you come in contact with, whether it's a person or a pet, is negatively affected. There's not one single living thing that has come in contact with you that hasn't been harmed in some way or neglected. Strangely enough, all the men in your life that you come in contact with, eventually they all have that dead look in the eyes, like they are completely checked out. And your pets, you had BB, you had Sam, they were severely neglected. They didn't get properly taken care of until they were away from you. And now, round 2, you have Harry and you've got Julia. And you would have thought you would have learned your lesson with BBJ and Sam, but no. You're still a neglectful bitch with your pets. You know, Julia's looking matted and uncared for. You didn't learn your lesson there either. But there's not a single person or thing that could step forward and say, I knew Chantal. I do know Chantal. She's a positive aspect in my life. My life was made better for knowing her, for talking to her. Nobody can step forward and say that. Out of all the people you've known in your life, not a single one could step forward and make that claim. So it seemed the toxic entity is you.
And cleaning out the trash, including these two, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Yeah, good.
Oh,
good. I'm glad they're gone.
Stalker, but ultimately not in her life.
Wow.
And a lot of people have made that point. You know, this documentary is about Chantal, who today, you know, contrasted to all.
What about you, Gorlick Toast? You don't think it's a little dysfunctional of a relationship to be complimenting just Beating's hair because it looks like your mom's? What kind of Oedipus complex do you have? Just can it. All right.
I also want to point out something that maybe those others don't know or might have forgotten. Chantal's weird in a way because she hated Dee Dee, but yet she did an only hands shoot using a short blonde wig, trying to be sexy. So imagine that, like the single white female complex where I can't be you, but I'm going to dress like you because I know that a guy that I like likes you. Trying to be more like Dee Dee because that's what Natter wanted.
Seriously. What did you do for just Beating when you were with her? The only relationship we really know about, because you're too coward to put your life online. No one cares.
You're too coward to put your life online. Says the woman that overshares. And she confesses to oversharing. So it's a bad thing now to have a private life and not talk about your personal business? Chantal, you've gotten in trouble for talking about your personal business because you won't shut up about your personal business because you make everything for YouTube. People are allowed to have a personal life and keep it private.
You literally had her setting alarms for you. You literally had her show up at an Airbnb that you couldn't pay for. Please just don't make me go on.
The things she's done and said seems to have a very long history of people turning on her.
Nope. Nope.
And you can make the case.
No, I turn on them and I clean out the trash. Who turned on me? Who?
That, you know, it's
doo-doo? Okay.
Her turning on them first. Case in point, just yesterday, the sub for sub. Right? She.
Garlic bread is like.
He gonna bring liars. On April 1st, when I was in Cuba, what did they do? They came online and said Natchard was in jail. They've lied so many times about so many things. It's on.
And then, while Natter revealed later in text messages from Shantal that while she was in Cuba complaining and having a meltdown about him, she was actually texting him back and forth and telling him, I'm going to talk about you to get views. So they were still very much in cahoots.
Camera, it's on video. Like, what the heck?
This man is taking the word of these two. Regardless how you feel about these two. Exactly. He's taking the word of these two. Look at Gorlick. Show yourself, Gorlick.
Pathetic.
Wow. Every
Embarrassing.
word you hanging on, huh? From them two.
I'm sorry, y'all. Like, your mama's voice is just, he's hurting my ears. I'm not trying to be hateful, but I've got very sensitive ears when it comes to sound. I've got tinnitus in both ears, so we're just going to try to lessen up a little bit by moving ahead. Okay, so we're going to move on to French Fry Girl.
Is not chain smoking cigarettes in front of her pets and then has the nerve to say that I do it? Okay.
Comments. She was going on her channel about Miriam. The cat is making sure everyone unsubs from Miriam.
Oh,
At
no.
one point, the cat.
Oh, no. All of the 4 subs I made.
Said it.
Oh, no.
Sorry. The cat said an expression.
No. Takat doesn't like me. Somebody I have no idea even who the heck they are or what part of the world they live in. Oh, sorry. You have a one-up on me there. I'll take the L, Big Potato.
Arabic equivalent to, God damn you, Miriam. God damn you. By the way, about my first tweet.
How does anyone listen to 3 hours of that voice? How?
In this thread, it was.
Well, the same could be said about you, Shantal. How could anybody take 3 hours of you doing a rage react where you're over there smoking that annoying shisha, which is so obnoxious? It is so obnoxious, ma'am. And you talk about the same things over and over and over again to the point where people's eardrums start to bleed.
It was funny.
Blah, 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 blah.
One time we hung out, she also stopped in at my mom's, and she explained to my mom that like she pops over to Saudi Arabia.
No, it's not Saudi Arabia. I've never been to Saudi Arabia.
But basically, she just pops across the border.
Never.
For a couple days while her visa renews.
Okay, and why does Big Potato have to make an entire stream about that? Yes, at one point I did that.
It's about exposing the lies. That's all it is. I mean, Shantal doesn't have to tell us all her personal business. She can choose to not talk about things, but just, it's the lies that bother people. It's about exposing the lies from a lying liar. She lies about everything. She refuses to tell the truth. Trying to claim that she's a resident of Kuwait when she's not. Claim to be married when she's not. It's the lies. Treating people like they're stupid when they're not stupid. Thinking you're the smartest person in the room when you're not, Shantal. Because if you were the smartest person in the room, you would figure out that the lies that you tell people, they do not believe. When you treat people like they're stupid, you're going to make them angry and make them want to expose your lies even harder, which is what keeps happening. The more you lie, the more your lies get exposed. At some point, I hope you realize that the best thing to do is just to tell the truth. Just start being truthful. You'll give us everything but the truth.
Okay.
Interesting. So while she was in Canada visiting, they went to visit Pete's mom.
I wonder why hasn't FFG gone to see Pete yet? I just don't.
Yeah, really, because he wouldn't even give her the time of day. People try to ship her and Pete's. He would never in a million years.
I mean, y'all friends, right? You saw him at the fashion show. I'm kind of curious.
Because she was spending time with Pete behind Salad's back. Okay, yeah. So they go.
Tell us more, Pete. Talk to us. Tell us more, Pete. What else happened in that visit?
Over to Pete's mom to chill. And she's discussing with Pete's mom how she does her visa runs.
Okay, and?
Okay. Thank you so much, Pete. A lot of times Pete gives us those little nugs. It's happened so many times over the
Little nugs of nothing. Like what is the big deal? Seriously, what is the one up here?
If it was not a big deal, why are you getting angry, Shantal? Why are you irritated? You only get irritated when somebody exposes something and goes off script and they're talking away from the script. That's when you get mad. You're mad right now.
Anyone? No, exactly.
years. Of course.
Oh, he gives you little nugs, huh? What did he give you after that fashion show? Talk to me, FFG. Talk to me nicely, though. Because you was really up on him at that fashion show, though. Hey, Pete, why don't you cheer a little bit more?
Listen, this woman has a lot to say about me having to buy love. There's nobody, even she would have to pay for even phone intimacy, because listen to her voice. There's nothing attractive about this person at all on any level.
I'm cheering more than you.
That's why her boyfriend is this.
Was that supposed to be a gotcha moment, Shantal? Showing the brawny man? What's wrong with brawny man? Well-built guy, nice face, broad chest. Ooh. Hello, brawny man. Hello. I mean, what's not to love about that? Big, strong man with those thick arms. Are you kidding me? Hi. What's wrong with the brawny man? Can you really throw insults, Shantal? We've seen the people that you pick. You told us that Natter was so handsome. You were saying he had a six-pack and athletic, and then we saw Natter and we were like, what are you taking? Do you need some new glasses? We see what you're attracted to. It's questionable.
This is her lumberjack. This is her boyfriend.
What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? Nothing.
But she has a lot to say about everyone else's relationships, right? All right. Yeah. Okay.
And you're her best friend. Yeah.
You know what, Big Potato? At least I travel and I got to border hop into another country. You border hop to stalk me at a dispensary. You go to Cornwall and live in my shadow again.
And ma'am, how many trips did you take to Montreal? And you were practically in Frenchie's backyard. Just as you can go where you want in Canada, so can she. You don't own Canada, not your country. You just live there. You don't have the right to tell people where they can go and where they can't.
So what's your one up here?
No, Pete. Go ahead.
To have it confirmed like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I just love the casual way he confirms it too, because he doesn't even realize he's saying, let's say, something he shouldn't say, something she doesn't want him to say. No, he's just speaking off the cuff. You know what I mean? And I love that. I love that. And you
still prove nothing, because since then, if I came back into Kuwait, for all you know, I came back in with a different visa. Melly, people in chat want you to address saying 56 is old. What? I did? When? Melly, thank you, Melly. Wait, when did I say 56 was old? No, 56 is not old.
No, it isn't. You're only as old as you feel. And I'm 53, Shantal. I got some years on you. 56 is not old. 56 is young.
Elderly, I would say, is like 80s. You know? No, sorry, I don't remember ever saying that. But
next.
This is uncanny. This is this is baked potato.
So take note. Here is Shantal once again going after another woman's looks. You saw in the beginning of the video that she was commenting on milk tea and making comments about her background, making comments about milk tea's wig and ragging on that. And here she is talking about FFG's appearance. But yet when the reactors react on her appearance, that's a bad thing. We're not allowed to do that. She calls that bullying. So what would you call this, Shantal? What exactly would you call this? If you do something, then we can do something too if we want.
Potato girl, 100%. This looks exactly like her. I couldn't believe my eyes. It's literally everything. Look at the eyebrows, the hooded eyes. He's got nicer hair, but the no neck, the nose, the teeth, the toothless mouth look. Everything about it, uncanny. I'm sorry, but it's true. Thank you.
I hate that gift.
No, her mom is like probably 80s. I don't know. But yeah. So anyway,
Is it me, or this is supposed to be her big moment where she lets us all have it, but yet I'm picking up that she's running out of steam, like she doesn't have much to say. Maybe that's why she's letting Yo Mama do most of the talking. She doesn't know what to say. She doesn't know how to react. She doesn't know how to be quick on her feet with the words. She's just kind of like stumbling along as she always does, verbally.
yeah, I'm out of breath, but at least I don't sound like I have stage 5 emphysema. Nice try.
Yeah, how is it, ma'am? Question. How is it that you're out of breath? You're sitting perfectly still, not exerting yourself, and you're out of breath doing a reaction. You're not doing anything but talking. Maybe you should have done that mukbang before you did your rage.
And you're gonna call me Gunsky? At least I have somewhat of a neck, all right? So yeah, that was uncanny. I can't unsee that, you know. Millie, your impersonations kill me. Thank you, Millie. Thanks for the super chat. Gosh, she's so fat. Like, what? Delusion. Delusion at its finest. Oh, she's lied to her. Look at this. Look how sad. Look how sad she looks. She was taken out of her dungeon so she could lick a treat to prove.
No, not a dungeon. And something I'm noticing, maybe this has been pointed out already, but for some strange reason, the carpet is not all the way clear. Was it changed in some way? Was it photoshopped in some way? Like, why is the carpet so blurry? Weird. But one thing I am noticing about the picture of BBJ, for those who've been around a while, maybe you notice it too. When BBJ was with Shantal, Shantal would often comment on this and make it a joke that BBJ had bald spots on her head. So for a cat that's allegedly being neglected by FFG and her family, do y'all notice that she doesn't have her bald spots anymore? She looks well brushed. She looks well groomed. She's put on weight. No bald spots on her head. All the hair grew back. I would say she's being well taken care of.
Prove to everybody that she's still alive. Sure. All right. Well, her zombies are stupid enough to eat it.
And there's a picture of Julia. I'm not even in the room and I could tell that poor baby is matted. Look at her fur. That's matted fur. She needs to be brushed. I don't know why Shantal insists on getting long-haired cats when they require much more maintenance. You've got to brush them. It's just a thing with long hairs. Why does she want big, fluffy, long-haired cats when she's not willing to put the time in to care for them?
Eat it up. All right, so yeah, that's Julia and her nice little. Let's keep her here because she's so cute. Oh yes! All right, there we go. Exactly, Teardrop. Thank you. Where's the bald spots?
So Teardrop says, "I'm sorry, but your fur babies were treated wonderfully when you had them. They love you so much. Were they? I just showed you guys pictures of what the villa looked like. Did it look like the environment of where healthy pets would be? When you've got garbage everywhere and the litter boxes are dirty to the point where the pets have to pee and poo on the floor because they can't do it in their normal place, the boxes." And Shantal had no excuse for the dirty boxes. She had a subscription to Pretty Litter, which is a special cat litter that you can buy your cats, that it's used to maintain a cat's urinary health. You can use, they pee in the pretty litter, and if there's a problem with the urine, it changes color. Shantal had a subscription to that. And I do remember seeing unopened boxes of pretty litter on the floor that they could have used to change out the boxes. But there was such laziness in that house on her part and Pete's part that Pete's, being the dumbass that he is, instead of changing a box, which takes all of 5 minutes, changing out the dirty litter and putting the clean litter in, what did he do? He put the clean litter on top of the dirty litter to the point where the box became so heavy, he complained about, oh, I can't lift it now. Well, if you can't lift it, then take some of the dirty litter out, put it in a garbage bag, and take it out to the dumpster until you reach a weight where you can carry it, Pete's. Figure out a way around a problem. You guys can see me. I'm smaller than Pete's. I still change a litter box, and I've got a bad shoulder. I tore my rotor cuff. But I'll still change out the litter. I still feed my pets. Still change out the water because I love my baby girl. But a grown man can't change out a litter box. Just dumps pretty litter on top. That's how it was in her house.
Yeah, so let's just see again here. Let's see a side by side. Wow. All right.
And Shantal, the only reason why you chose Julia is because she looks so similar to BBJ. It's so weird to me. When you had BBJ, you did not care for her. You neglected her. You treated her with such disdain. You favored Sam. And then you turn around and get a cat that looks just like BBJ, only to turn around and neglect her too. Make it make sense for me, because I'm confused.
Yeah. And this, look at this hand that she has the nerve. This is Baked Potato Girl's hand. She has the nerve to call my hands trotters. Looking like her fingers have rolls, and she's making fun of my hands. All right, got it. Got it. All right, let's continue. Muscular finger.
All of these gotcha moments are so weak. I'm so embarrassed for Shantal. Like, I'm waiting for a clutch the pearls moment. I haven't seen it yet. This is all just stupid. Stupid.
Yours? We need some cute, yeah.
Every little bite, every little thing. Look at this. Look at how she got so turned on right here. Watch. Go ahead. Say it again.
I mean, you can tell by the title of the screen, but you know what I mean? That was a massive. They would.
Here we go. When FFG starts talking about food, I love to listen. Because she is like the...
You know what, guys? I'm going to make an executive decision. We got an hour left. But honestly, I cannot take too much of Shantal smoking that doggone shisha. It's getting on my last nerve. It's so over the top obnoxious. So I'm just going to cut it off here. But you guys get the gist of what was going on here. Shantal doing her big time react, talking about reactors, looking for gotcha moments, not finding them, even though it's her channel, using somebody else to do the talking for her. It was a fail all the way around. Rather sad. I give it a 1 tomato out of 10. So that's it for this react. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and you guys have a wonderful day. Until the next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.